The rain had been falling steadily over Bristol since mid-morning, tapping against the window panes of the modest semi-detached house on Willow Crescent like a quiet, persistent reminder of November's grey embrace. Inside, the living room was warm, central heating humming gently, a soft throw blanket draped over the cream fabric sofa, and family photographs lining the walls in neat, unobtrusive frames. It was a home built on routine, care, and quiet strength. Today was special. It was Eleanor's birthday, though she hadn't made a fuss. No party, no balloons, no grand plans. After a grueling 12-hour shift at the Royal Infirmary, she'd slipped home early, clutching a small Victoria sponge cake from the local bakery and a single white chrysanthemum tucked into her coat pocket. She'd changed into her favorite outfit, dark jeans, soft at the knees from years of wear, and a cream knit top that clung gently to her frame, an outfit that said, "I'm tired, but I still care." Her daughter, Emily, was already home. At 20, she was tall and sharp-featured, with long chestnut hair tied carelessly into a bun and dressed in the uniform of modern university life: black leggings, an oversized grey hoodie bearing the crest of her university, and mismatched socks. She lay sprawled across the sofa, phone in one hand, a half-finished mug of tea cooling on the coffee table. Her eyes barely flickered up when Eleanor entered. "Hey, love," Eleanor said softly, setting the cake on the dining table. "Made it home in time." Emily murmured, thumbs flying across her screen. "Yeah." Eleanor hesitated, then busied herself in the kitchenette, warming water for fresh tea. She arranged 2 cups, set out the cake slices, and lit the single candle she'd brought home. She didn't expect grand gestures, but she had hoped, just this once, for 5 minutes of undivided attention. It had been a lonely year, no partner, no close friends nearby, just long shifts and quiet evenings. Emily was her world. "Emily," she said gently, stepping into the living area, "could you put the phone down for a bit? Just for a few minutes. It's my birthday." Emily's eyes snapped up, not with warmth, but with irritation. "Mum, I'm in the middle of something. Can't it wait?" "It's tea and cake," Eleanor replied, her voice calm but strained. "That's all. 5 minutes." That was when it happened. The dam broke. Whether it was stress from looming deadlines, frustration over a failed module, or simply the weight of feeling trapped in this house while her peers seemed to be living freer lives, Emily snapped. She sat up abruptly, tossing her phone onto the cushion. "Why do you even pretend?" she spat, voice sharp as broken glass. "No one cares about your birthday, not even you. You're just sad and alone, and I'm stuck here cleaning up your mess." The words hung in the air like smoke after a gunshot. Eleanor didn't move. Her hands, still holding the teapot, trembled slightly. She didn't cry, not yet. But her eyes, usually warm and steady, clouded with a quiet devastation. The room, once cozy, now felt suffocating. Emily instantly regretted it, but pride held her tongue. She looked away, jaw tight, refusing to meet her mother's gaze. That moment of unfiltered cruelty, was the heart of the main incident. Not a spilled drink or a broken curfew, but a betrayal of love. Words spoken in a heartbeat, yet powerful enough to shatter a day meant for kindness. For a long moment, silence reigned, broken only by the soft patter of rain against the double-glazed windows. Eleanor set the teapot down carefully on the table, her movements deliberate, controlled. Then, quietly, "Apologize." Emily crossed her arms, still not looking at her. "I didn't mean it like that," she muttered. "That's not an apology," Eleanor said, voice firmer now. "And you know it. I'm stressed, okay? You don't get it. Everyone else is out living, And I'm here, stuck playing house with a mum who won't even admit how lonely she is." The words were like salt in a wound. Eleanor took a slow breath. "Emily," she said, stepping closer, "I've never hidden my life from you. I work hard. I raise you alone. I ask for very little in return, just respect. And today, on the one day I asked for kindness, you chose cruelty." Emily shifted uncomfortably. A part of her wanted to soften, to say sorry, but another part, stubborn and wounded, refused to yield. "You're making a big deal out of nothing," she insisted. "I'm not," Eleanor said, her voice quiet but unwavering. "In this house, we do not speak to each other like that. Ever. And you know the consequences." Emily scoffed. "What, are you going to spank me? I'm 20, Mum, not 12. "No," Eleanor said calmly. "But as long as you live under my roof, you follow my rules. And you will not get away with hurting me like that without accountability." She turned and walked toward her bedroom. Emily's heart pounded. She'd seen that look before, the one that meant it was serious. The paddle hadn't been used in years, not since she was 16, but its existence was never forgotten. "Go to your room," Eleanor called from the hallway. "Think about what you've done. And when I call you, you'll come without argument." Emily stood, cheeks burning, and trudged down the short corridor to her room. She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the rain-streaked window. Shame began to coil in her stomach. She replayed her words, the sharpness, the unfairness, the lie in them. Her mother wasn't sad and alone. She was strong, resilient, loving. And Emily had kicked her when she was already weary. 5 minutes later, Eleanor's voice came from the living room. "Emily." She stood. Her legs felt heavy. She walked back slowly, hoodie pulled tight around her, eyes fixed on the floor. Eleanor stood by the armchair, holding the wooden paddle, smooth, dark-stained, unadorned. It had been her father's, passed down not for cruelty, but for consistency. Discipline, not rage. "I don't enjoy this," she said, meeting Emily's eyes. "But you owe me more than those words. And you owe yourself better than that." Emily swallowed hard. She knew what came next. Bend over the arm of the sofa. She hesitated, then complied, resting her chest against the cushioned backrest, arms dangling. Her hoodie rode up slightly, just enough. Eleanor ensured her leggings remained in place. This was about respect, even in correction. The first swat landed with a sharp thwack. Emily gasped, eyes squeezing shut. One for speaking with cruelty. Another firm stroke. Stinging, hot. 2 for forgetting gratitude. Tears welled. She bit her lip. 3 for mocking my loneliness. Each word cut deeper than the paddle. This wasn't random anger, it was measured justice. 4 for throwing my love back in my face. She flinched, a soft sob escaping. 5 for refusing to apologize right away. And the final one, stronger, slower. 6 for thinking respect is optional. When it was over, Eleanor set the paddle aside. Emily stayed bent for a moment, shoulders shaking, tears dripping onto the sofa fabric. Then gentle hands helped her sit up. She didn't resist. She just collapsed into her mother's arms. "I'm so sorry," she choked out, voice raw. "I didn't mean it, I was angry at myself, and I took it out on you. You've done nothing but love me, and I hurt you on your birthday. I hate myself for that." Eleanor held her tightly. "I know you didn't mean all of it," she whispered. "But words like that, they stay. And you have to mean your apology." "I do," Emily sobbed. "I really do. You're the strongest person I know. And I acted like a child. You're still my daughter, Eleanor said, brushing hair from her face. And I'll always be here even when you forget how much I care. Emily pulled back, wiping her eyes. Can I make it right? Her mother nodded. Start by looking me in the eye and saying it properly. Emily took a breath. Mum, I'm truly, deeply sorry for what I said. It was hurtful, untrue, and ungrateful. You deserve kindness, especially today. And I'll spend every day earning back your trust. Eleanor's eyes glistened. That's all I ever wanted. Later that evening, Emily changed into clean jeans and a soft sweater. She cleared the coffee table, laid out the cake properly on a proper plate, added the candle, and placed a handwritten note beside it. To the woman who raised me with love, patience, and quiet strength, you deserve the world. I'm sorry I forgot that today. Happy birthday. I'll do better. Always. They sat together at the small dining table, the rain now a gentle whisper outside. They ate cake, sipped fresh tea, and watched an old episode of Downton Abbey, a shared comfort from years past. Before bed, Emily washed the dishes without being asked. As she dried the last cup, she turned and hugged her mother tightly. Happy birthday, Mum, she whispered. Thank you, for everything. Eleanor kissed her forehead. You're my girl. Always. Upstairs, Emily lay in bed, the sting in her back almost gone, but the lesson, she knew, would stay. Not as shame, but as a quiet promise, never again to mistake love for weakness, or kindness for loneliness. Outside, the rain stopped. A sliver of moonlight broke through the clouds, casting a silver path across Willow Crescent. Inside the little house, peace had returned, not because the storm never came, but because love knew how to mend what words had torn apart.